right. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name's Alex. I'm an undergraduate recruiter in the Office of Enrollment Services here at Lakehead. That's a picture of me in Africa in front of Mount Kilimanjaro. And Sarah and I will kind of be behind the scenes tonight. We'll talk a little bit at the beginning and at the very end, and then we'll turn it over to Dr. De Oliveira, who is the expert with computer science. So we'll leave you with emails and whatnot. So feel free to type any questions in the Q&A or in the chat, and I'll turn it over to Sarah now.
So hello everyone, my name is Sarah. I'm also an undergrad recruitment advisor with Lakehead. I started in August with Lakehead, and I just graduated in April from Lakehead's business program. So born and raised here in Thunder Bay, and I'm excited to get to talk to everyone about Lakehead and our great program that we have. I'll pass it off to you.
Hello everyone, I'm Tiago. You can call me just Tiago, no need to call me Dr. Oliveira. So I'm an assistant professor with the Department of Computer Science, and today I'll be presenting to you our program in computer science and why you should join it. And even if you don't join our program, we'll present why you should join computer science in general, because it's a very exciting field. So, what's up with you? Sorry, you are muted.
Alex, you're muted.
Sorry. Oh, the joys of Zoom. Okay, Dr. De Oliveira, down below, there are some polls. Can you launch the 3 polls? It'll let us get to know our audience a little bit more.
The polls.
I can do them. I have them here, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so there should
everybody, if you could, this is the interactive part where you all get to participate. So for number 1, can you please tell us a little bit about yourselves? Oh, there we go. 3 of the 5 people have voted. Looks like everybody is in high school. And oh, we have half and half, Thunder Bay and Lakehead Georgian. And 75% of you don't know if you are interested in co-op, and 25% say you are interested. Just so that you know, the Lakehead Georgian co-op is mandatory. The one in Thunder Bay is not, but the one at Lakehead Georgian is mandatory co-op. But they're paid, so that's good. And there's one person we haven't heard from, so maybe your poll isn't working. You can always type in the chat function and let us know. But thank you for that. That tells us a lot. It tells Dr. De Oliveira that everybody's in high school, so we know a little bit about where everybody's coming from. So I think we can end the polling. Thank you, everybody. Okay, a little bit about Lakehead. We are ranked by Maclean's magazine as one of Canada's top 10. We are actually tied for number 1 in Ontario in the primarily undergraduate category. We have 8,500 students from over 80 countries. We're a very multicultural campus. It's not the university that it was when I attended Lakehead, where it was primarily white. Now we have over 1,000 students, international students, so 1 in 8. So it's a wonderful mosaic. We are ranked number 1 by Research InfoSource in undergraduate research. This means a lot for you high school students, because normally you do research at the master's or the PhD level, but at Lakehead, we actually involve undergraduate students in a lot of our research. We have one-of-a-kind programming. You'll hear about that tonight. And 90% of our classes have fewer than 60 students. Thank you.
I would like to add to that actually this year, the Department of Computer Science here in Thunder Bay was ranked among the 20 best departments in Canada, including all universities. So we are actually up there in the ranks, and we are getting better and growing every year. So it would be great if you can join us. So let me move on.
So we're also very proud of the fact that 96.7% of our graduates have a job within 2 years of graduation. I don't know the specific figures for the computer science program, but overall, for the university as a whole, it's 96.7%. So that's a great figure. That means our graduates are getting jobs.
So I actually know the number for computer science, and it is 100%. So 100% of our graduates get into a good job 2 years after graduation at most. So now I'll talk a little bit about computer science in general, why I chose computer science as my career. What are some of the peculiarities of computer science here at Lakehead, some unique learning opportunities that you would have if you join us, what programs do we have to offer, and also what career opportunities these programs will enable you to have. So, well, why computer science? Well, we can think about, well, maybe you guys are too young, but in the 90s, there was, in late 90s, there was the internet boom. And then more recently, you can see a boom in the technology sector in general. You can see companies like Uber, for example, that were born in the last 5 years and became multi-billion companies. And these companies are actually driven by computer science. So I guess, okay. So one of the reasons for many people to join and to choose computer science is because of the careers that this path takes you to. So you may have a very good salary in the end, and that is one of the reasons why people choose computer science, because computer scientists are always in high demand, and because of this, the market is very hot for computer scientists. So you may also have very versatile career opportunities, which means that you can work in for example, computer networking, or you can work in software engineering, or you can work really with research and development. That is part of what I do nowadays. It also takes you behind the scenes of everyday tech. For example, when you see an ad in a web page and you click in that ad takes you, let's say, to Amazon. Well, how is the fact that you clicked on that ad going to change Amazon's decision and Amazon's business, the way it advertised to you, the products that it recommends to you, or even like when you go to YouTube and you watch a series of videos, how does YouTube learn which videos you would like to watch next? So all this is computer science. Computer science nowadays is behind everything. So it benefits society, it empowers like computer science people, because, well, when we see that our algorithms are used in the market, to companies and help people, for example, in hospitals, we really feel that, wow, we are so powerful. We're really helping change the world. For example, here in Thunder Bay, with the health regional center, we are doing research with them, and we really see that computer science can be applied in a lot of opportunities, and can help a lot of people. So computer science is everywhere. This could be one of the reasons why you should join our computer science programs. And it's one of the reasons. Another reason would be that, well, you know, all these big companies, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Netflix, Amazon, IBM, Intel, NVIDIA, all these big companies, they were built on top of computer science principles. They were built because of computer science principles. So you should learn these principles so that you can build your career and maybe get hired by one of these companies and move on to change the world like many engineers in Google do nowadays, in Google or in Facebook or in HP. So it's in terms of job opportunities, there are plenty of opportunities. Actually, there is more than 500,000 computer scientists positions opened without computer scientists in North America. So that's why we have to import so many from abroad, and that was my case, for example. So yeah, we need to make sure that we can graduate more and better computer scientists here, and that is one of the missions of the computer science department at Lakehead, is to enable you to build your skills so that you can contribute to these companies. So now that may be not very convincing reasons for you guys, because actually a job is a little bit a bad reason for you to choose a subject sometimes. Myself, I didn't choose computer science because of a job. I chose because I really love computer science, and I love the fact that computer science is behind, for example, this robot is called Atlas. So Atlas is pretty much a computer with legs and arms, and Atlas goes around and tries to do every tasks. So you may have seen Atlas doing backflips on the internet. It went viral several times. But even when Atlas tries to perform a simple task of putting a box on top of a table, Atlas may still fail, even though it's able to do a backflip. And it still fails because the algorithms, the computer science, the software behind this action of putting a box on a table, it's still very complex, and is still opportunity for computer scientists to contribute to robotics and to applications that may change the future. So I love robotics and I love computer science. I saw that, well, the electronics and the mechanics behind these robots is pretty much solved, but the algorithms to understand the data, the computer vision that is basically understanding the images from the cameras, is still lacking. Like, we can contribute to that, and I chose computer science because of this. So another reason for me to choose computer science is that I like soccer. So I always got amazed on how come soccer players are like autonomous individuals, like they don't really know what other soccer players are thinking, and still they are able to cooperate, and they are able to compete against the players in the other team and succeed and go towards a common goal. So one of the reasons I chose to join computer science was because I wanted to study these types of problems. How can these agents that are autonomous cooperate to score a goal, for example? These are very, very interesting questions. And actually, Google last year elected robot soccer as one of the activities that if we can understand, if we can develop computer programs that solve this problem, we may change the way humanity lives, because these robots would be able to cooperate and work for us and help us in many activities. So this is a very active field of research. Big companies like Google are highly interested in this, and it's a good scientific question. We wanted to explore the scientific questions. So usually when you join computer science, you may have this curiosity that is natural to you, and you will find that there are so many interesting things and algorithms that you may learn with us. Now, these are the reasons why I chose computer science, because I wanted to contribute and try to solve these hard problems. So enough about myself. Let's now talk about our program and our department. Later, you guys may have chances to ask about my trajectory and also more about our programs. So in computer science at Lakehead, we have two focuses. One in business, where you are exposed to, for example, marketing, e-commerce, beyond the basic fundamentals of computer science. You also take courses in the Faculty of Business Administration. In this way, you may be well posed to, for example, start a business after you graduate. And we have also a stream that is more focused in science, where you may take subjects, for example, in physics, in chemistry, in biology, and you may find ways of applying your computer science knowledge to that fields while doing research. So, for example, past week, actually this week, a computer science company called DeepMind published that, well, we solved the problem of protein folding. That problem of protein folding was one of the hardest problems in computer science. It's part of a class of the hardest problems. And it seems it's biology, but in fact, it becomes computer science because we use a computer to analyze it. So it was not a group of biologists that solved the problem. It was a group of computer scientists. So it's a very versatile field. And you can succeed both in the business stream and in the science stream. So we offer bachelor's and honor bachelor's. We focus in science and business, but we also have specializations inside of our program that are basically the projects that you will dedicate yourself to in the end of your program. So you may dedicate yourself to health informatics or game programming, or you may choose to do computer science in general, and you may study, for example, computational theory. That is something super, super interesting. We have 7 adjunct professors and 13 professors. 2 of these are research chairs, which means that their mandate is to do research. And with this, they end up bringing our students to do research with them, and it's a very gratifying activity to do with such a well-renowned researchers. We have a bunch of internships available for undergrad and graduate levels. We also have challenges, and I'll talk about one of them later on. We have co-op programs, and co-op options are actually super interesting. It takes the computer science student from a fully theoretical student that knows the theory, but doesn't know so much how to apply, to students that have hands-on experience even before they graduate. So many students take 1 term, 2 terms. Some students actually take 4 terms, and then they graduate with the co-op insignia in their degree. We also offer a master's program. Many of our undergraduate students actually follow on to our master's program, where they can study areas of, for example, artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, Internet of Things, topics that are cutting edge research nowadays. So we have these 4 programs. We have the vanilla bachelor in computer science. We have the bachelor with a co-op option. We have the honor bachelors in computer science, and we also have the computer science major with a co-op option. In this case, the honor bachelors. So I will talk about that. So I am the co-op supervisor, and I truly believe that the students should have some exposure to the market. Sometimes some students, they are sure that they will do research later on, that they will follow to a master's and a PhD, even when they are in undergrad, which is amazing. but many times that doesn't happen. So you should also consider that the co-op is a good option for you to get hands-on, work on a company for work terms that go from 4 up to 16 months, and you actually get paid on when you get this experience. So it's the best of both worlds. You are working in a company, getting experience, and you are getting paid. That will appear in your degree, and it will be a differential when you apply for jobs later on. So Lakehead has more than 140 partners, national and international, that may post positions, and then you apply to these positions while studying, and you do co-op and get experience from that. So some of these partners are, for example, IBM, HSBC, Honda, Bombardier, Siemens. All these companies end up hiring computer science in one way or the other, because computer science, as I told you, is everywhere. So an overview of the program: in the first year, students get to sharpen their skills in basic programming with Introduction to Programming 1 and 2. And they also take some math classes that help them to strengthen the abilities that they will need to the coming years. So they take calculus and discrete math. In year 2, they study data structures, mobile computing. Students develop apps, for example, for cell phones or tablets or even mobile robots. They also study operating systems, probability and statistics. That is a very hot topic nowadays because of data science. And linear algebra, that is also used, for example, in most machine learning algorithms. In year 3, then students get exposed to more, how can I say, commercialized, let's put this way, skills in databases, software engineering, and operating systems. And in year 3, the students, you study only during the fall, these 3 subjects, and during the winter and summer terms, they actually go to companies to work their co-op terms. So two terms, winter and summer. In year 4, they come back and they study programming languages, computer networking, algorithm design and analysis. And now they are ready to go back to the companies in the summer and the fall, in the summer of year 4 and fall of year 5. And then they come back from their 4th co-op term usually, and they do a project and they finish their degree. Now, throughout their program, they depending on which stream they are, if they are in the business focus, they may take courses, for example, in accounting, in marketing. If they are in the science focus, they may take courses, for example, in computational chemistry, and then they apply the knowledge from computer science in that courses, and they become very strong candidates to do research later on. So now that you know a little bit about our program, we can talk about the admission requirements. So actually our requirements are basic mathematics skills that we judge are fundamental to guarantee that you can succeed later. Now, if, let's say, you don't have some of these credits, you may still apply to our Science 1. That is kind of a bridging program where in the first year, you will make sure that you meet some of these requirements, and then later on you can follow to the main computer science itself, main computer science program. Oops, what happened? Sorry, I guess it went back here, sorry. It jumped some slides. So, okay, so here at Lakehead, in our department, we have a high performance computing center. So undergraduate students that do research with some of our faculty members will be able to use this high performance computing center, its visualization tools, its software, some students may even get a training on how to use this high performance computing center to do discovery on data, for example, to explore and visualize data, which is a very hot topic nowadays with big data, for example, where we may have huge databases and we want to find ways to visualize and to explore this data. We also have a virtual reality lab where students can basically render immersive 3D structures. So it's as if you are inside, in this case, inside of a cell, and you are looking at how protein folds and how protein combines to generate some compounds inside your body. So it's a super interesting experience, and our undergraduate students are exposed to this. So you also learn how to develop software for these kind of environments, which is a wonderful. Just a second. Why is it jumping? Which is a wonderful experience. So this year, another example of unique learning opportunities is that I was able to organize a group of students, actually 15 undergraduate and graduate students, worked together in this NASA Space Robotics Challenge, where this rover that you see here on the left would collect information on the surface of the moon and look for water, for example, for water vapor or for ice, water ice. And the goal was to find these water vapors on the surface of the moon and then report it to the base. So this competition was a great experience. Students learned a lot of, for example, how do we get images from two cameras, left and right, and how do we combine these images to generate a point cloud, basically to say how far objects are, and with that to be able to know where is the base and where are the blocks of ice that we were looking for. So a very good experience, and if you join our department, you will be always getting these kind of initiatives. We also had competitions with Microsoft, with Mercedes-Benz. So it's a very good field with very interesting applications. And joining us, you will have a chance to work on applications like robot soccer or like robot rescue. So this competition is organized by IEEE, and we are actually assembling teams of students to go there and compete and expand their knowledge by applying computer science to robotics. Some of our students actually went towards the business path, and one example is Daniel. So Daniel joined us as a student that was a little bit shy, and that he thought he had some hard time learning some concepts in computer science, but actually he succeeded throughout our program. He put a lot of effort, and the program actually rewarded him a lot as well. And nowadays he works for the Canadian government in Ottawa, developing artificial intelligence applications, and the courses that he took here, according to him, really gave the strong foundation that he needed to kickstart his career in such a big organization like CRA. Another outstanding alumni was Lovina. So she did her internship at IBM. She did a co-op at IBM for 16 months. And after that, she joined the Salesforce. That is also a huge company that uses computer science for almost everything. And she says that Lakehead gave her the opportunity to understand herself and helped her to see what is best for her, and taught how to analyze situations. So, you know, when you study computer science, everything will become algorithms for you. You will try to understand everything from a computer scientist perspective. You will think about how complex things are, and it even reflects on your life, on decisions that you take every day. For example, which company you should join, which team would be the best for you inside of a given company. And this is what she says, this is what happened to her. So when you finish a degree with us, you become, first of all, a computer scientist. So you have all the foundation to explore any area of computer science. You can become a data scientist, a software developer. You can work with reliability. So for example, you work in a big company like, let's say, LinkedIn. You want to make sure that the website is never down. And then you need computer science for that. Google, Microsoft, all these big companies have positions like this. You can also work with cybersecurity. So we have some courses in computer science, for example, computer networking, computer security, cryptography, that are courses that are essential if you want to become a cybersecurity analyst. You may also work with machine learning, and that is actually one of our strengths. We have a very, very strong group of researchers in this field. Or you can work with robotics like I do, that is basically an application of all these topics, but in computers that have wheels or that have legs and arms, and explore their environment and can also change the environment around them. So I just want you to remember that computer science is everywhere, and that's why it's such an exciting program. That's why I believe you guys should join. So it's not because the mechanics or the electronics are solved in applications like robotics, for example, that computer science doesn't have space there anymore. Actually, these robots, for example, these super advanced robots, they fail to open doors because there is a lack of understanding in their algorithms, and computer scientists are needed to improve these algorithms. So when computers leave our pockets or our tables, they fail. So computer science is needed on that applications as well. And that is just another example of why I believe you should join computer science. So if you have any questions now, I would be glad to answer.
There's one question, Dr. De Oliveira, from the Q&A, and they asked, I'm just trying to pull it up. They asked, what programming languages are the focus of computer science?
Hello, sorry, I could not hear you.
What programming languages are the focus of computer science?
Okay, that's a very good question. So in the first year, students learn C. In the first term, actually, students learn C, and then on the second term, they learn C++, and then on the fall of the second year, they learn Java. They also learn assembly on the second year, and in later courses, they will be exposed to Python. So actually, we cover a good range of programming languages.
Okay, thank you. And when do they start the co-op at the Thunder Bay campus?
So I am the co-op officer, and I can say that actually it is flexible. The program was designed to have the students joining the co-op in the second year, actually. but some students may have special permission to start in the first year. So, for example, students from the Georgia, Lakehead, Georgian program actually start on the first year. In the end of the first year, they can apply for co-op. So it depends on the student. If we see that the student has enough background to start the co-op program earlier, then definitely the student will be able to start earlier.
And one of the differences of the programs is that in the Lakehead Georgian, you actually get a diploma in computer programming, and that is something you don't get at the Thunder Bay campus, correct?
Yes. So at the Georgian program, what we do is this way. The students start in the college, so they do 2 years in the college, and then they join our program later on, and they finish the 4 years to get both the diploma as well as the degree in computer science. So they get the diploma in computer programming, and they also get the degree in computer science, the bachelor's degree in computer science.
Thank you. And one more question. Can you elaborate on the differences between the business and science focuses of the program?
So in the business, students they get the same instruction on the basics of computer science, but they also have exposure to topics, for example, marketing. So by nature, computer scientists don't know anything about marketing, but nowadays marketing became actually digital. But still, it's not a topic that we are the specialists. The faculty of business is much better at that than us. So our students take that subjects as electives, and with that they can have a little bit of both worlds in both computer science and business. So here throughout the program, these electives, instead of taking any elective that you choose to take because you are interested in that topic, you are going to take 2 electives in business or 2 electives in science, for example. So that is the difference. Throughout your program, if you choose the business stream, you will be always taking business related topics. So for example, you may study a little bit of sociology to see how computer systems affect society. And this is the main difference. You'll be exposed a little bit to both worlds. Now, when you do in science, you may be more interested, for example, in mathematical methods for computer science, because that is the basic, is the basis of computer science. There are some advanced methods there that you may be interested in studying. Or, for example, you may study computer science and astronomy. You may find that you are interested in that, and you have an opportunity, you have some flexibility if you choose the science focus.
I have a question for you, Dr. De Oliveira, that maybe some of the students are wondering about, and I've never quite understood, and that is the difference between software engineering, which we offer at Lakehead, and computer science.
So software engineering, how can I say, it basically uses the tools that computer scientists build. So for example, when you study computer science, you are able to develop a new programming language, or you are able to develop a new programming, let's say, paradigm, or a operating system. Now, the software engineer will actually use these tools that we develop to build systems. But in terms of jobs and companies, actually there is a strong intersection between them. It's not a clear cut, well, from here on, we just use computer science, from here on, we just use software engineering. So I would say computer science is concerned more with like advancing the tools and the computer science itself, while software engineering is all about using these techniques that computer scientists develop to build applications. So that would be the main difference.
And another question, is it possible for a student in the computer science program, so I know it would be very difficult in the Lakehead Georgian because of the diploma degree, but in the Thunder Bay one, can they do an exchange program to another country, and would those credits be recognized?
Yes, definitely. We have exchanging programs, and we are also going to establishing some pathways that students can go abroad, for example, in internships, and they can spend some time in a company, or they can go to really study abroad in a university for 1 semester or 2 semesters, come back, and we consider that credits valid.
So they would be able to find comparable courses at our partner schools that would fit into their Lakehead degree?
Yes, yes. And we also receive students from abroad, for example, students from Germany, from Mexico, from Brazil. They also come to our program, stay for a year, take some courses and go back. And some of our students actually went to Europe, took courses there and came back, and we found equivalent courses so that they could use them to graduate.
Wonderful. I'm a huge proponent of study abroad. So the way it works for the students in the room is that you would apply through our international office, probably in your 2nd or 3rd year. You would go to Dr. De Oliveira or one of the other, or the chair of computer science, and you would show them the courses that you plan to take at the school, and they would check the course description to make sure that they match the Lakehead credits, just so that you don't lose out on your required courses and whatnot. And then you go there, you successfully pass the course, and the credits are transferred back to Lakehead, so you don't lose anything. It comes as a pass, so the mark doesn't necessarily come with it, but it shows on your Lakehead transcript as just a pass.
Exactly.
Are there any other questions from anyone? This is a perfect opportunity for you to ask our resident expert here. And if you have any questions about anything else, residence, scholarship, anything like that, then that's what Sarah and I are here for. We have a quiet group. Where is everyone from? Can you type in the chat, just out of my own curiosity, where are people from? Is anyone from the city of Thunder Bay, or? Okay, so we have one from Thunder Bay. Angus? Is Angus near Guelph? Toronto, wonderful. Angus is near Barrie. Okay, so GTA, wonderful. Thunder Bay. Couple from Thunder Bay, couple from GTA. Is it okay if we put your email? Oh, you have it right there. So if everyone can see the screen, you see Dr. De Oliveira's email address there. If you have any questions, I say go to him, because Sarah and I probably won't be able to answer them if they're very computer science related. If they're about other things, then absolutely email us, and I'll type our email in the box.
I would just like to say that, computer science is a super flexible degree. For example, I did computer science as my undergrad, And then in my master's, I studied systems and computing. And then later I did my PhD in robotics. So it's, you know, it doesn't limit you. It's a super nice foundation for many, many fields, because everything uses computer science nowadays. So really consider joining computer science. It's also a super fun program. You'll learn tons of interesting stuff.
And the good news with you all having joined us tonight is that you all get one entry for our free tuition draw. So every event, every virtual event that you join, you get one entry. So you will all be entered into a draw for your first year's tuition free. Don't forget about our open house on December 9th. It's a Wednesday from 4 to 8 p.m. You would get a second entry into the free tuition draw, and we'll definitely have a virtual booth for the Faculty of Science and Environmental Studies. I don't know which professors are in there yet. I don't know. Are you going to be there, Dr. De Oliveira? Do you know?
I am not sure. I guess it will be one of my colleagues.
Okay. How far are we expected to travel for co-op placements? Well, Dr. De Oliveira can answer that.
Yes, so it really depends on yourself. You may choose, okay, I want to go to Vancouver. If you find a position on our bank that is in Vancouver and you want to go, then you can apply for that. Otherwise, you may actually choose positions that are close to your home, to your place. So it's really up to the student. The student is never forced to go to a place that he doesn't want to. But usually students take this opportunity to go to another city and have their co-op experience there. So it's totally up to you. Well, there are tons of employers in the Toronto region, so definitely there will be some close to you.
Well, I guess if there aren't any other questions, I want to thank Dr. De Oliveira for his time. Thank Sarah for joining. And thank Arjun, Brannick, Jackson, Joseph, and Liam for coming as well. And I'll let Sarah close with a couple of words.
All right, so as Alex mentioned, we are having a virtual open house. So you do have to pre-register for this event. It's on December 9th from 4 to 8 p.m. So definitely register for this event, and you can actually come in. You can watch videos, presentations, you can take programming brochures, and again, chat one-on-one with the faculty member. So definitely register for that event. And then I'll get you to go to the next slide, please.
Okay.
And then, yeah, we do want to stay connected with you. So again, we still have a few events, and that you can find all of our events on our admissions page. So lakeheadu.ca/admissions/events. So if there aren't any other questions, or if there's a few, we can take them now. That wraps up tonight's webinar.
There's just a couple of questions on the page on Lakehead's website that lists what courses are required for the degree. FCE electives are mentioned. What does this mean? A full credit elective is a course that lasts for the whole year. So it's one full credit. So it would start in September and it will end in April. That doesn't mean that you can't take 2 half credits. It's an elective. So that means you can elect to take anything you want. So some electives are more specific than others, but if it's a full-on elective with no restrictions, you can take French, music, psychology, sociology, business, math, pretty much anything. So one full credit, like I said, normally lasts the whole year, or you can divide that up into 2 half credits. Dr. De Oliveira, do you have a list of companies that students have done their co-ops?
Actually, there are so many companies. I would have to email them back because it's a huge list.
Okay. I told the student to email you.
Yeah. So, for example, there is IBM. One company that the students are really going to nowadays is the CRA, the Canada Revenue Agency. It's many students from computer science are going to Ottawa to work there. Now there are many other companies, but they are very diverse. I will have to send you a list, because really it's our co-op program from computer science is the largest one in Lakehead. We have 25 years of co-op. Yeah, 26 now. So 26 years that our co-op program is running. So many companies have received our students already.
Thank you so much. Okay, so that's a wrap, everybody. I hope you have Dr. De Oliveira's email if you have specific questions like the one that was just posed about the companies. Otherwise, email Sarah and myself. I put the address in the chat. It's recruit@lakeheadu.ca. We really hope to see you not only at the open house on December the 9th, but at Lakehead in general. One last question regarding the required courses for the science focus. It is mentioned that you can choose one full credit elective from the type C courses with the exception of engineering. Does this mean you cannot take any engineering related class, or just not the ones literally called engineering? Do you know that, Dr. De Oliveira?
Actually, that one it's basically you should not take engineering courses because they are not considered in the list of type C courses. So you can go to the list of type C. You can take any course: physics, chemistry, biology, biotechnology, bioinformatics, but except the engineering ones, because we would not be able to, how can I say, use that credits towards your degree in computer science.
Thank you so much.
Matter of regulation.
Thank you so much. Okay, have a lovely evening, everybody.
Thanks for joining.
Obrigado.
Have a good evening.
Bye bye.
Obrigado.